The U.S. International Trade Commission leaned in favor of American washing machine manufacturers crying foul play over Korean rivals making more popular products. In response, a group of experts in Seoul's public and private sector held meetings to gauge the impact of the move and to devise countermeasures. Cha Sang-mi has the details.
A group of Korean officials, trade experts, and senior executives of local washing machine producers met on Wednesday to discuss the implications of and possible countermeasures to the suggested global safeguard measures issued by the U.S. International Trade Commission on Korean-made washers and washer parts. At the meeting, Kang Sung-cheon, the Deputy Minister for Trade, said the Korean government would review ways to file a joint complaint with Vietnam to the WTO if the measures come into effect early next year. The government will also reach out to key figures of the U.S. administration to express their stance on the matter and minimize damage to Korean manufacturers. Leaders of Samsung and LG also promised to contact governors and congressmen from Tennessee and South Carolina, where the companies are building factories for final assembly, highlighting that import restrictions would limit American consumer choice and hinder Samsung and LG's job creation efforts in the U.S. The meeting comes after the ITC called for a 50% tariff rate on Korean large residential washers, exceeding an import quota of 1.2 million units at a hearing in Washington on Tuesday. The tariffs will come in a 3-year quota system and will decrease each year from 50% in the first year. The ITC's move comes after American appliance giant Whirlpool made an initial complaint against its Korean rivals Samsung and LG Electronics earlier this year. The panel also placed a tariff on imported washer parts and was split on whether to impose a further 20% tariff on washers imported under the 1.2 million unit quota. The recommendation will be reported to President Trump, who is expected to make his final decision next February. If ratified, it would be the second time for Washington to impose global safeguard limits. Former President George W. Bush imposed temporary tariffs of up to 30% on steel imported from several countries, including Korea, in 2002. Cha Sang-mi, Arirang News.